Today we're talking about the new adaptation of the Roald Dahl story, The Witches. So let's get started. A young boy and his grandmother encounter glamorous but diabolical witches in a seaside resort. Just a quick thanks for stopping by my channel. If you guys love to watch movies like I do, you guys are in the right spot. Make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more up and coming videos. Today we're talking about the new HBO Max film, The Witches. I've been excited to check this film out. I enjoyed reading the story many times, and I just watched the first film a couple weeks ago, and I really did enjoy that film. This is directed by Robert Zemeckis and stars Anne Hathaway as the Grand High Witch. I'm really curious to see how they would make her look like the Grand High Witch with Angelica Houston from the 1990 film. And it's vastly different, but I do think it matches the story and the drawings that we did get within that book. She's very bald, got like a Pennywise Joker kind of smile. It's very disturbing. I think this film tries to match the tone of the 1990 film. And, you know, things change a little bit here and there. Some work, some don't work. But it's trying to be very creepy. It's trying to have kids watch the film, and if they watch it years later, they're going to be haunted. And so the way that they present Anne Hathaway's character, it's very creepy. I think if I watched this as a child, I would be disturbed. Her big smile, her hands, her toes, what she does with her hands, it's kind of creepy. Her trying to change all the kids into mice, that's pretty creepy as well. I thoroughly did enjoy The Witches. I don't think it's as good as the 1990 film, but it was entertaining. Chris Rock narrates the film, and I think he has got a good storytelling voice. We also have Octavia Spencer in the film. She does a great job as the grandma. Anne Hathaway is disturbing and creepy as the Grand High Witch. I really like the cast in here, and they all play their parts very well. I also like the setting and the time period that it does take place in. The set structure and the hotel, it all looks very grand and glamorous. They decide to go the CGI route instead of the practical effects that they had for the first film, and at times it does work. The mice seem a little too cartoony at times, but it does work for the witches. They look really creepy. I think one of the biggest problems for this movie is the lack of build-up. There's a lot of telling about the witches in the beginning of the film, even explaining the Grand High Witch and what to expect from her. I feel like the first film and the story had a really good build-up of mystery in the beginning, wondering what the Grand High Witch is going to look like, but they kind of explained a lot of it in the beginning. The big iconic convention room scene where she reveals herself and her plan, I feel like that all happened pretty quickly in the movie. It didn't allow for some intensity to build up within it. It just kind of all happened really quick, and that whole scene felt very shortened in the movie and didn't allow for like the plan and the witches to feel, I guess, that impactful to the movie. But they did look pretty creepy, but it did allow for further scenes to be more adventurous and a lot of fun. The end scenes where the mice are trying to get the potion to turn the witches into mice, I think that was all a lot of fun towards the end. Throughout the whole movie, Anne Hathaway has this accent that was a little bit hard to understand at times, and I think they made a few jokes about it. When she wanted something out of her soup, she was trying to say it, and Stanley Tucci's character just could not understand what she was saying, and that's kind of how I felt at times. Hard to understand her. But The Witches looks really great. It's got a lot of great cinematography, and the location and the set designs, the costumes, and some of the CGI look really great. It does change a little bit from the story, adding new characters, taking away certain things, changing the end, which I was kind of baffled by the end and a little bit confused with the route they took it. The original had a different ending from the story as well, but I like the story. I like the ending for the original movie. And this one, was fun, but a little bit awkward at times as well. And that's how it kind of felt about The Witches, the whole movie. It was fun, but a little bit awkward. But I did enjoy it. I think that they tried to make it scary for kids, and I could totally see kids being scared with this film, with the CGI. And Anne Hathaway has a lot of fun with it. She just gets really energetic and crazy with the movie, and I think her performance was a standout in the movie. Everybody else did a really good job. They spent a lot of time in the beginning explaining the characters, explaining the witches, certain scenarios, and then once we got to the witches, it all kind of seemed to move really quick and then allow for some intensity and build up for the characters. And the big reveal I was expecting kind of was lackluster at best. But I did enjoy the film, and I'm happy that it hit HBO Max. I've been looking forward to checking it out. I enjoyed reading the story when I was younger and reading it to my students, and just watching the first film, I did enjoy that one. But this one's not as good as that one, but still an enjoyable film. I'm gonna go ahead and give The Witches a B-. Thank you guys for checking my review for The Witches, the new HBO Max film directed by Robert Zemeckis. Have you guys seen it? What did you think about it? Let me know in the comment section down below, and stay tuned for more up and coming videos. My name is Just Watches Movies, and you guys stay classy, YouTube.